teams don't generally get 6 or 7 years to get things right and to progress to a certain point. This Wizards team, it's like milk that's expired. It's gone bad. This mix is just not good on and off the court, and something has to be done as far as maybe it is trading Bradley Beal because he has the most attractive contract of the three big movable pieces between him, Otto, and Wall. So what do you think develops from these quotes that we're hearing that are coming out the last few days?
It's interesting. Before all of this broke, and of course got to give credit to Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams Charania for having the initial detail first. But before this story broke, of course, the story was that the Wizards are more inclined to listen to trade details that involved everybody, including Brad and John. It was just so carefully worded that we're just ready to start listening. I don't take that as something that's going to happen that they're really into. So you think that that's all right, but these details start spilling out, and clearly people are talking. That's how we found out about it, and it's multiple people, and clearly people are upset. So you would think that maybe there is something to the Wizards finally being ready to put anybody on the table, including John or Brad. The problem is I still I've only been here for 3 seasons, but I still believe just the history and the ethos of this franchise is to just wait it out. And maybe that happens after the end of this season, and they just see, well, we'll see what we end up, or I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if something happens before December 15th or before the trade deadline in February.
Who sets the I'm assuming it's John. Who sets the tone in the room? Like when you're on the court or you're in the locker room or you're on a plane or you're in a restaurant, who sets the mood, the tone of the team? Is it John? Because if it is, then, in other words, I'm trying to get it. Is John the center of the issue here?
Well, John has been as the face of the franchise. It's a cliche now that's overusing, but that's that guy. He has been.
But who's the guy that affects the mood? Like, who's the guy? You know what I mean? Like, if John's happy, the team's happy.
I think it's John.
Yeah.
I honestly do think it's John because he's been emboldened in that position of being the guy in the franchise. Bradley Beal is up there, but I ultimately believe this is John's team.
Right. And then does John come to work? Like, what's his daily demeanor? He seems like such a chill, laid-back dude, but he doesn't necessarily seem like the happiest dude. Like, is his general demeanor sort of a little off? Like, not necessarily like happy-go-lucky. He certainly doesn't seem like a happy-go-lucky type. Like, what's his daily demeanor?
Yeah, we got to do full disclosure here because as reporters, when we walk in, we are witnessing the very end of a practice or the very end of a thing. And so I will say things obviously they're losing. So when you walk in, it's not like guys are happy-go-lucky. I don't see joy. I don't see, guys just kind of silly and batting around. So it's been a little bit more serious, and I do see, and I don't want to sound like this is high school, but I do see energy amongst certain groups of players. Like they're like I can definitely feel like guys within 2 or 3 sets of themselves after practice. I can see them smiling, kidding with each other, and doing as dudes do.
Who's that? Can you give us? I want to hear from the positive energy guys. Who are the positive energy guys? Honestly.
When we first walk in, just to give you guys a little idea, when we first walk in, they're always shooting. We do not see practice. You have to take in other people's accounts. But you see Jan Mahimi, Thomas Sadaransky, Jason Smith, and Otto Porter usually at the same rim shooting up threes. And with Jan Mahimi making his first three, guys just ate that up and, ripped him to death for, being thirsty for attempted threes.
Right.
So it's like, stuff like that where you kind of feel comfortable and, ribbing a guy and, openly, saying that he's hunting for shots, but you mean it in a joking, funny way.
Mm-hmm. Plus, he's a big guy with an accent. You can have fun with him.
he's a decent dude. But yeah, but to answer your question, like overall, like how has John Wall's move been? You know, in the few moments that we see these guys, I don't see anybody who's like super happy about life right now.
Right.
Joined by Candace Buckner, covers the Wizards for the Washington Post. I'm going back to a story that you posted in May, and here's the headline. The Wizards quietly gave Ernie Grunfeld a contract extension last fall. Now he faces a tricky offseason. How's that extension for Ernie Grunfeld looking at this point?
Good for him.
Have you seen the start of the season?
I have seen it.
Yeah, it's you know, there's what more can I say? 5-11. You're being called out by one of your all-stars, and clearly there's a sentiment brewing in the locker room that this is about to come to an end.